Race 8 Road America Full interview. I'm here with our top three, Hertz, Clutch, and 6G. I'm going to start with the winner, Hertz. How did you feel about the track in your car?
Well, I love Road America. It's probably one of my favorite road courses. It's definitely the one that I'm best at. And tires felt great, gripped around turns. Had a couple mishaps in the strategy that we had to kind of turn on its head mid-race, but everything worked out in the end. Got the win, second in a row. Great for me. Can't wait to go into Daytona. Try to keep that same momentum for our team and for me, and then see where I finish there.
Did you have any troubles with drivers around you, and do you think you can replicate what you did here and win at Daytona next week?
Honestly, I didn't really have any trouble with anybody really I was racing with. I was towards the front half of the pack for most of it, though, so I know a couple people are having problems with some of the other drivers towards the back of the grid, but Daytona's going to be a lot different. It's more of a pack racing. A lot of stuff can happen in a split second. Might get unlucky here on the last couple laps when we can't have any cautions, but hopefully we can get a top 5, maybe even a podium at Daytona.
Okay, I'll ask Clutch, who got second place again. I know you're a little upset for getting second place again, but how do you feel about, just getting these points gradually and being at the top of the point standings?
It's unfortunate that we keep getting second place, but it's great for our points.
It sure is. Did you have any problems with the track at all during the whole event?
And the only places I was really having issues was the final corner. That's the only spot in the track I really had issues in.
Yeah, I think that was the spot where we had the most wrecks happen with multiple cars. I got one last question before I go to third place, G6. How did you feel with the people around you? Did you have a good couple first stages with them? And then I know the last stage was a little hectic, but how were the first two stages with the people around you?
Some of them were all right, and then you'd have people that kind of just shoot up your inside and knock you off the track.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go to third place now, 6G. How did you feel about your car and just the track overall?
It was a piece of shit.
Both, or?
This track. This track's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I say that knowing damn well that if you hate a track, you're just a bad driver. But the curves make me want to kick a fat ginger kid.
How did you feel about your car and your strategy? Were you confident in both of them?
My strategy, I was very confident because I wrote down everything. I have analytics and everything on my notes that I had open. I knew exactly what I was doing for pit strategy, although cautions did fuck me over a little bit. I was a little bit skeptic over cautions because whenever I was making my strategy, I never went through the different scenarios of a caution. So I just assumed that everybody was going to be normal. But racing is a thing, and racing results in incidents. So that sucked.
Yeah, it did.
Although the last caution in the final stage didn't mess me up that much because it was actually perfect. Because I planned on pitting early, so I could get the most laps out of my softs. Mm-hmm. But being in the caution was right at the point where I can pit where I wanted to pit without having to lose so much position. So, but I was hoping that, actually no, it did work perfectly, because if other people pit during the main race whenever we're not in caution, then I wouldn't have anybody to draft with, because pack racing, it's always gonna be faster, it doesn't matter. Whenever you're behind somebody, it's gonna be faster. Just because of how many fucking straights are on this track.
Yeah. Alright, I have two questions for the three of you together. First one is, how do you guys feel you're going to do at Daytona? Do you guys think you're going to work together at all in a train or a pack or anything like that? And then the other one is, do you think the strategy and the final caution hindered any of you or hindered the other pack? Did it just affect the race in your liking?
I was in the caution. That last caution, I was thinking, this is bullshit. I was doing great. But now I'm probably going to get passed on the start because I go ultra fucking calm on the start, which I'm too calm. I'm braking early and light, which is a problem because then I get passed. But I didn't do that but I was also thinking, okay, I'm going to lose positions even though I have pace with the two people in front of me before the caution. So I would have been just fine. But it turned out it didn't fucking matter. It was pretty good.
Okay, Hurts, Clutch.
I mean, like I said, Daytona's a big pack field, so wouldn't be surprised if I see 6G or Clutch in front of me. The caution for me couldn't lined up any better. I was actually going to pit the next lap. Or not pit, but, well, yeah, no, I was going to pit the next lap, actually.
Yeah.
But then we got also another caution, so it even worked better. I got to save my sauce. Me and Clutch stayed in our top two, got to conserve some fuel. Only a couple people went in. That was the only thing I was skeptical about, because if a lot of people went in, I was going to be like, well, now it's going to be a straight shootout. But then everybody got bunched up. Me and Clutch sort of ran away. Orion did Orion things. And just perfectly worked out. Some wrecks here and there that got me and Clutch and Nizarama kind of away from the whole field. Let us run a race. Top three up to the line. And then, unfortunate for Nizarama, I think his engine just went kind of kaboom at the end of the race there or something. And he dropped. But yeah, really worked out perfect
I
for me.
did pass this wrong. What actually happened? I was on the last few turns. I'm like, okay, this is awesome. I'm gonna finish fourth. And then I look up and I'm in third. I'm like, what? When did that happen?
I think his engine blew up. He said something about knocking, and it knocked just a little harder way.
All right. Well, Clutch. What
Okay,
do
well,
you think?
but it's not simulated.
Clutch. What do you got to answer about the questions with the last caution in Daytona?
Last caution helped me. I got to play my strategy to a T. Just, it didn't end up giving me exactly what I wanted, but it got me close enough. Good finish.
Yeah.
And then Daytona. Every Daytona race so far, I've ran up front. I've been in position to win every Daytona race. I feel like next week is going to be different.
Okay. All right. Well, I got one last question, and since X-Man's actually in the voice call with us, I'll ask him this as well. But I'll start with 6G. After this race, do you think you're going to join a team and maybe help them get second place or third place in the Constructor Series? I know Daytona's the last race that Constructor points are counted, and the championship will be called...
Fuck no.
No? X-Man, do you think you want to join a team to help them in the point standings for the Constructors?
Of course.
Have you thought about who you wanted to join or who you're knocking on the door for?
You asked me this last week when I got third at Indianapolis.
I want to see if you change your mind at all.
I did not change my mind.
Hooray!
6G, if you were to join a team, I'm going to ask you this. If you were to join a team, which one would you choose as an open spot? If you don't have any in mind, then that's fine. You can refuse to answer, of course.
Probably just make my own team and get somebody.
Yeah. Okay, one last question I got for the three of you guys, and then we'll wrap this interview up. How did you guys feel about the 3 disconnects? I know there was one on lap, I think it was 4, and then the last 2 were in the end of the stage with Rocket and C4. You got any comments, concerns, or questions on why or how they disconnected?
Well, I heard Rocket kind of angry on the comms there right before he quit. So I think he just was people racing him not so fairly, and then he just kind of said, up and at him, I'm out of here. And then C4, I heard a lot of people yelling about him, not even him yelling. So I don't know what happened with him. He might have just heard the fans booing his name and quit. And then earlier in the race, kind of forgot that a guy DC'd been that long.
Yeah, apart from that, I think we're pretty much good for the interview. I'm happy you guys got those positions.
Mad at C4.
Yeah, congratulations, and thank you for coming for the interview. We'll see you guys at Daytona, the regular season finale, and then for that, I don't know what playoff race 1 is, but thank you guys for coming to the interview.